Hey guys, I am so excited to be doing this video. My very, very good friend Risa over here on YouTube, Risa Does Makeup, we live in the same city and we hang out quite often. She has created a tag video. Now, tag videos have not been popular for a while. We both have been on YouTube for quite some time. So she's taken it back. She's taken it back and I couldn't appreciate it anymore. I love a good tag video. I love seeing all the people who end up doing it. I love watching their videos and seeing what they share. It's so much fun. So I know Risa has tagged a bunch of creators to do this tag. I am just gonna open up to anyone out there who wants to do this tag, please, please, please do it. And what this tag is all about is basically just your most complimented things, whether it's makeup that you're wearing, whether it's an outfit that you have on and you receive just a ton of compliments or compliments every single time you wear it. Please share, please share. We would love to hear from you. And I've got some perfume, I've got some makeup, I've got some fashion items, and I've got some jewelry, which is where I'm gonna start because I'm sure you guys can guess that every single time I go out, I get so many compliments on my jewelry. And I pretty much wear the same jewelry, especially when it comes to my chains and my rings. My bracelets and my earrings, I feel like I change up the most, but all of my jewelry, yes, every single piece that I'm wearing is from Luna, who is the designer behind Lucifer Vir Honestus, and she is a Milanese-based jeweler, and she handcrafts every single piece. Every single one of her pieces is one of a kind. So this, along with a lot of the things I'm going to be talking about in today's video, is because they're so unique. Her pieces are incredibly eye-catching, and not only do I get compliments on this jewelry, but it seems to be like conversation starters. It's not just a passing, nice compliment like, oh, I love your earrings or whatever. It's like, what stone is that? What is that, rose gold? Like, it always starts a really interesting conversation about jewelry. The person usually ends up sharing their jewelry with me. I have actually started carrying Luna's business cards on me because it's just easier. It's just easier to share that than to go through the whole thing and show them her Instagram account or whatever. I just give them her card. I do love talking about Luna's jewelry. So if you do ever see me out in public and you want to talk about Luna's jewelry, please stop me. But anyway, what I do want to pass along to you before I forget is I do have a coupon code for all of her chains, necklaces, and bracelets. It is Michele10, 10% off through Mother's Day, which is May 11th. And then Luna has decided to create a coupon code, Luna10, and I'll put all of this on the screen. I'll put it down below in my description box, but Luna10 will give you 10% off of her rings, which she does not do very often because that's her most popular piece, basically. So 10% off of her rings, basically for the next few days. So this coupon code started May 1st. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen it, but it's just through May 8th. So Luna10, 10% off rings through May 8th, or Michele10 if you want 10% off of chains, necklaces, and bracelets. All right, so continuing on in this fashion vein, let's talk about those things. So I have a couple of handbags here, one of which is so funny. So you guys know Louis Hamsterton, right? He is the shearling hamster bag from Loewe. Now, he gets a few compliments here and there. He usually just actually gets more comments than compliments, like, oh, is that a hamster? That's what I get. Or what is that? It's a hamster. Oh, that's what I get with Louis Hamsterton. So I'm sorry, but he's not in this video. I'm so sorry, Louis. I'm so sorry. But do you know who is in this? My teddy bear bag. So because I love Louis Hamsterton so much, I don't know, I forget what I was looking for. I think I was looking for like a child's gift on Amazon. I love Jellycat. I'm sure you guys have all heard of Jellycat. I'm sure you follow Jellycat on Instagram. If not, you should. I think it was at Selfridges or something. They opened up a counter where they had, it was almost like a Jellycat cafe, and they had like a fried egg stuffy, and it was like all pretend. Anyway, it was so cute. I don't think it's still there. I don't know. I don't think it's still there. If you are in London, please let us know. But it was like the cutest thing I'd ever seen. Anyway, so I'm on Amazon. I search for a Jellycat, stuffed animal as a gift. And this popped up. And you guys know I love bears. grizzly bears, polar bear, anything bears. I have an affinity for brown bears. They're just my absolute favorite. I love them. And this came up and I was like, is that a handbag? I was so excited. So of course I got teddy bear bag from Jellycat. And every single time I wear teddy bear bag, I get compliments. It's not like Lewis Hamsterton where it's just like, oh, is that... It's like, oh my God, that's the cutest bag I've ever seen. Where did you get it? I've had people pull out their phone and be like, Amazon, what did you search for? I'll show them. I'll be like, that's the bag. People love it. I don't know what it is about the teddy bear versus the hamster, but oh, I even brought him to my colonoscopy. I mean, I felt like I needed like an emotional support bag for that day. And the nurse came in and she was, kind of giving the rundown of, the situation and what was going to happen. And she looked over to the chair because I had all my things on the chair next to the bed that I was in. And she like mid-sentence was like, is that a bear bag? I said, yeah. She was like, oh my God, that's the cutest thing ever. So whatever, we continue with our conversation. She leaves, she pops her head back in and she's like, do you mind if I show the others your bag? I was like, oh no, go right ahead. So she like opened up my curtain. All of these like nurses and orderlies were there and they were like, oh my God, that's so cute. They all had their phones out. They were like, Amazon? I was like, Jellycat. They were like, oh, I think they all got one. Anyway, maybe hard to believe, but most complimented. And I think probably most influenced. I don't know. I think I probably sold about 10 of these. The like 3 or 4 times I've worn this out. So anyway, that's the Jellycat, I don't know, bear bag, teddy bear bag. I'll link everything down below if you're interested. But he's so soft too. And so this strap, by the way, is like crossbody long enough. So I wear him crossbody and I'll just, like if you're a fidgety person, I'm not generally, but sometimes, like when I got my colonoscopy or whatever, I do like a nervous little thing with my hands. Sometimes I'll like pick at my fingers. Sometimes I'll just kind of like twitch a little bit. Anyway, his little muzzle is so cute because when he's by your side, you can just sit there and kind of like squeeze him. It's very comforting, very, very comforting. Okay, next up are these Miu Miu New Balance collaboration mules. I got these when I was in Milan. These were very, very popular. I think they have sold out. I think they're doing more collaborations with New Balance. I actually just saw one, oh my gosh, with the tennis star. What is her name? My brain. Anyway, that is coming out this fall. I'm so excited. So excited. I got these when I was in Milan because I couldn't find them here in the States. They had, one pair left or whatever it is. One pair left in my size, so I did get them. And I love these sneakers. I think they're super duper cute, but I was wearing them. This was actually at another doctor's appointment. I think I was getting my blood drawn. So I'm sitting there and my feet are sticking out there and there's a gentleman sitting in a seat like across from me, older man. He had on a veteran's cap. He probably was, I want to say, in his 80s. And he's looking at my feet and I don't know, I look up and I catch his eye and he was like, I really like your sneakers. He's like, are they comfortable? I was like, yeah. So I'm showing him, I was like, look, they're mules. So I just have to like slide them in and out. And he poked his wife and he was like, honey, look. He's like, they're like slippers. You can just look at those. And he's like, she of course noticed the laces. He was more into the form factor and that they looked very comfortable. She was like, oh my God, I love the idea of like having different laces. And anyway, we got into this whole conversation. He was like, are the laces functional? I was like, no, because you're just sliding them in and out. She was like, honey, it's more decorative, the laces. Anyway, they were just one example of the compliments that I get every time I wear these mules. But I love these mules. I absolutely love them. And I cannot wait for Miu Miu to come out with more New Balance collaborations or any kind of like sneaker collaboration. I think I'd be really down for. But yeah, people love these. I don't know if it's the laces or the fact that they're mules that people like. I have a feeling it's kind of like both. All right, now this jacket, you can just imagine. So this is the jacket that I pre-ordered from Prada when I was in Milan. It's part of their spring summer 25 collection. And so when I was there last fall, I was able to pre-order this. Now, I think what catches most people's eye is that it looks like it's a fur collared tweed jacket. But every time anyone compliments me on that, they lean in closer and they realize that this is printed on. And then the conversation starts. Oh, oh, I thought that was fur, you know, and then I get all the like, oh my, that's incredible. They're touching it. Oh my God, it's just cotton. Oh, that's so wearable. Oh, that's so much better than tweed and fur because that's so hot. I was wondering how you were wearing that, not sweating. Everything. I get all the comments, all the compliments. Oh, where did you get that? That's so great. So this is definitely a highly complimented, attention-grabbing kind of jacket. And it really is so comfortable, and it really is so lifelike. Doesn't that, I mean, it really looks like a fur collar, a fur collar over tweed. And I remember when I was at the runway show and I saw it, you know, the models were walking really quickly by me. And so you got a sense that it wasn't exactly like your eye was like deceiving you a little bit. It was like, oh. And then when I got to go to the receipt, it was like, I walked right up to this piece and was like, what is that? And when I realized it was cotton, I was like, yes, yes, please. Because there'd be no way, I live in Las Vegas, there would be no way I'd be able to wear a tweed jacket with a fur collar more than maybe like 5 times here in Vegas. So when I found out it was cotton, I was like, absolutely, I can wear this all the time. So yes, this has definitely been a most complimented piece in my wardrobe. So you guys know I have a lot of handbags in my collection, and you know, I think most people are very, very nice. They like to compliment you, which is so sweet. Who doesn't like a good compliment? But when I get a compliment on something, almost like that teddy bear bag or those mules, and it starts a conversation, or like this jewelry, it starts a conversation, I know people then are really interested in something, and the compliment wasn't just, oh, it's nice, you know, was nice, or it's like a passing compliment. It's like, wow, like I need to know, can I get that? Is that something I can purchase? What's going on there? I know then that that's something that someone really, really is interested in. So this handbag most definitely creates that kind of conversation. The compliment always starts with something different about this bag. Sometimes it's about the color, and I'm talking about the Loewe bracelet shoulder bag. And unfortunately, I don't think they make this anymore. I'm so sorry. But the bag that this is based off of, which is just the bracelet bag, is smaller. And what you can do with the bracelet bag is like clip it, like the 2 ends together, and then wear it around your wrist. And I do have one of those, but this one, for some reason, I don't know, I just feel like I get more compliments on this one. And I think it's because of the color, and maybe because it's just bigger, it's maybe a little bit more noticeable. But anyway, the color is so interesting. So I get a lot of compliments on the color. Oh, what is that? Is that gray? Is that green? Is that brown? Like, what's going on? I think also because I've hung this donut chain off of it. Oh, I love that. Did that come with the bag? You know, it just starts a lot of conversation. But a lot of people end up asking me, where can I get that? Who made that bag? Do they still make that bag? And I have to break it to them that they don't. But yeah, I get so many compliments on this bag, and it's got the guitar strap, shoulder strap, so I could wear it crossbody. This donut chain is long enough for me to wear just on my shoulder, or I can just hold it in my hand like this. So it's just been really, really attention grabbing and has drawn a lot of compliments, which is so nice. It's so nice. But yeah, I'm bummed that Loewe does not make this anymore. I really wish they would. I really wish they would. I don't know why. This leather is so soft. That's another thing that catches people's eyes. Because it's pleated, they just can't believe it's leather. They're like, what material is that? I'm like, leather. They're like, that's gotta be so soft. I'm like, touch it. And they're like, oh my God, it's buttery, buttery soft. And I really wish Loewe would make these. I don't know why, you know, because they do have the smaller bracelet version. Like, just come back out with the larger bracelet version. No big deal. No big deal. Just bring it back out. I do feel like I would get this bag in another color if they launched it again. Anyway, so that's the Loewe bracelet shoulder bag. All right, let's move on to fragrances. I've got 3 fragrances here. And, you know, I feel like people compliment on fragrances the most out of any sort of beauty category. I mean, I do have some makeup pieces to share with you, but yeah, when it comes to fragrance, I feel like there's so many compliments that go around, which is so, so nice. So the first one is the perfume that I've worn the longest. It is the gift that I've received from my husband probably the most. And I probably don't wear it as much since I've moved to Vegas, because when I moved to Vegas, I kind of expanded my range in terms of perfumes. But this was the only perfume I wore for probably 15, close to 20 years. And that is the Jo Malone Grapefruit Cologne. It's all I wore throughout all of my years in New York, post-college. And I got so many compliments on this perfume. It's a little bit, I mean, you guys are probably familiar with this. It's been around forever. It's just really, really fresh, slightly sweet. But the best way for me to describe this cologne is that it's just happy. It's a really, really happy fragrance. And I think New Yorkers really appreciate that. And it's not only happy, it smells clean. I think New Yorkers really appreciate that too. Yeah, it's just like light, it's happy, it's very clean, it's fresh. It's such a good fragrance. And every once in a while, if I'm feeling kind of blue, kind of down, I will spray this fragrance and it definitely lifts my mood. So that's the Jo Malone Grapefruit Cologne. And something very similar is the Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Aqua Universalis. It's much cleaner than the Jo Malone Grapefruit, but this is something, actually, one of the first times I went out with Risa, we actually did like a double date and we went to Pkwy, that used to be at Planet Hollywood. It's no longer there, which breaks my heart. But I wore this perfume and Risa came in to give me a hug and she was like, "What are you wearing?" So anyway, this is definitely a most complimented, and it's a little bit more unisex than the grapefruit. And I'm talking about them in a similar way because they both have like a clean, a fresh sort of vibe to them. The Aqua Universalis it's like cleaner, it's fresher, it's a little bit crisper than the grapefruit cologne, and it's a little bit more unisex. So it's just a really interesting fragrance, and I always get compliments when I wear this, always. So that's the Aqua Universalis. And then the Diptyque Orilla. I'm actually wearing this today and I love, love, love this fragrance. And I always get compliments on this one because it's so unique. So this is like one of those conversation starters. And it's like people will get a whiff of it and then they'll want to lean in and smell a little bit more. So this Orilla smells of raspberries and leather. So it's just a really interesting combination. And I'm on the Diptyque site now, and the 4 notes that they have kind of listed out is leather, iris, cedar core, and raspberry. So let me just read to you the paragraph that's here on the Diptyque site. It says, in Arabic, Rila means travel. In Orilla, EDP, spicy pink peppercorn and the Atlas cedar evoke the roads of the Middle East. The lively, woody accords are softened along the way by iris, vanilla, and saffron. As it would in the heart of the desert, the fragrance becomes warm. I love that mix of leather and raspberry. And like I said, it's kind of a conversation starter, and I always get compliments. People are always like so curious, like, "Oh, what am I smelling?" I'm like, "Is it raspberry?" They're like, "Oh yeah." And it's just so great. It's so great. It's so great that I also have the body cream. So if I really want to kind of like douse myself in it, I put the body cream on, I layer the perfume. They even have a hair mist, which I don't have, but that would really kind of like round out everything. Like if you just want to smell like Orilla for days, because this is a pretty potent fragrance, you can layer all 3 things on. It's like seasonless. I feel like it's great for summer, it's great for fall, winter, like whatever. Like it just touches upon everything. And I think it's pretty consistent throughout the day when I wear it. So I definitely continue to smell the raspberry. It's not like that fades and then like the leather or the deeper notes become stronger as the day goes on. I feel like I smell all of the notes, but like that description says, it warms up. So it's almost like raspberries and leather. And then by the end of the day, it's like warm raspberry and leather. It's such a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. So I love this. And apparently anyone I walk by seems to love it too, because I get a lot of compliments when I wear this one. Okay, let's move on to makeup. So this is not going to be surprising, but this combination of the Sarah Creole Moisture Source and the Sarah Creole Face Flex, whenever I combine these two and I put it on, I get compliments on my skin. Not only from you guys, like anytime I put this on, whether I'm doing a reel or shorts or a full-length video here or whatever, I always get like, wow, your skin looks so good. In person, same thing. It is what I have on today. It just has a beautiful, beautiful, healthy glow when you wear these two together. And I've added this moisture source to other concealers and it works fine. But there's something about this combination that I think makes my skin look so smooth, so plump, gives me that glow without looking greasy, without looking too shiny. It's just this really soft glow, and I love it. I love it. But I always get compliments on this when I do wear it out in public. A lot of times when I'm at the because I go there often, the Prada boutique at Crystal's, someone will stop me in the boutique and be like, what makeup do you have on? And I'll be like, oh, it's a combination. It's a Sarah Creole. And they're like, Sarah Creole, because she's a relatively new brand. And I'll explain to them that, you know, she's at Sephora and you can customize the coverage between this. You can just use the moisture source as skincare. You can combine. Again, it starts a whole conversation. I've even had women like take out a little like notebook and like take notes. It's incredible. Anyway, that combination for base, I always get compliments. I do also always get compliments when I wear this blush from Chantecaille. This is the Sunstone Radiant Blush in Energy. It's really good. I mean, it's so beautiful. I have it on my cheeks today. It's like a really vibrant color, but it goes on in such an ethereal way. I feel like my cheeks look cherubic in a way. And I think it's because of this formula. It's a baked gel powder formula, so you're never really in danger of picking up too much product. I mean, you really have to dig in there to pick up too much product, but because it's baked, you're just picking up like a light amount and you just like, oh, just like dusting it over your cheeks. It's so ethereal looking. There's also a little bit of a sheen there. Let me do a swatch. There's a little bit of a sheen too, which I think adds to the ethereal glow of it. And I get stopped. I've gotten stopped at the supermarket. I've gotten stopped at Crystal's Mall. Again, I'm there a lot. I've gotten stopped even when I go out to dinner where the lighting is very, very dim and I don't usually like get a lot of compliments on makeup in dim lighting. But even with the dim lighting, it was like my cheeks were glowing and the waitress was actually the one who complimented me. She was like, wow, your makeup looks incredible. Like, what's on your cheeks? And I was like, it's the Chantecaille Sunstone Radiant Blush. Anyway, a lot of compliments on this particular blush. So this is a good one. This is a really good one. And I purchased this late. And I actually didn't even realize that there's 2 shades in this Sunstone Radiant Blush. And I think I may need to get the other one because I think these are limited edition, even though they're still around. I'm just afraid it's gonna go away. So anyway, I may get the other one. This one, people love. People love it. Now, I don't do really strong eye looks, as you guys know. I'm kind of like a one and done eyeshadow gal. I sometimes put on 2 eyeshadows if I want to add a little bit of dimension, if I want to do a little bit of drama, if I'm feeling extra that day. But generally, I wear pretty simple eyeshadow looks, so I don't generally get a lot of compliments on my eyeshadow. However, whenever I wear this Jones Road Just a Sec eyeshadow in pewter, and that's what I have on my lids today, people always ask me, oh, what's that on your lids? I think it's because they have a little bit of sparkle, but not too much. There's like a beautiful satin sheen, but not too much. There is a beautiful like taupe shade and people love it. And it was when I was in New York and I was wearing this, I got complimented. I haven't actually gotten complimented here in Vegas when I've worn it. But yeah, every time I'm in New York and I'm wearing this, I get compliments. Yeah, it's so interesting. The different makeup styles of different cities, that could be, there's a video idea. Okay, so yeah, a lot of compliments when I wear this. And I remember wearing this actually to the Jones Road boutique down in the West Village. And the woman that was helping me and my friend, she was like, just a sec pewter. I was like, yes! Anyway, they loved it. A bunch of like other saleswomen came around and they were like, oh my God, it looks so pretty on you. They were being very, very nice. And then actually my friend and I went across the street to one of my favorite bakeries, the Mazadar Bakery, and 2 women in there complimented me on my eyeshadow. So it's definitely a goodie. So Just a Sec from Jones Road in pewter, excellent. Okay, and last but not least, I saved the best for last because I have been talking about this product for so long. And you know, while I loved this product, it was, I don't know, it kind of like really, really grabbed my attention, even though I had it and I was the one wearing it, but it really grabbed my attention when I got so many compliments on the Chanel lip gloss. So I got this years ago. This is probably my 4th tube at this point. And this is the Rouge Cocoa Gloss in 804 Rose Naif. And I've been recommending it to you for all these years. And when I first wore it in New York, I had it paired with a contour lip pencil. I I can't remember which one. It could have been Charlotte Tilbury's Lip Cheat in Iconic Nude. I'm not sure, but today I'm actually pairing it with the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in Endless Cacao, which is number 506. So this is a really nice, rich, like contour pencil. If you really want to, you know, make your lips even more plump looking, then this gloss alone will do. But this gloss, for some reason, people are always complimenting me on my lips. Oh my God, you have the best lips. I've gotten the strangest compliments too. The shape of your lips are beautiful, like really interesting, detailed compliments. Oh, I love your Cupid's bow. I love the shape of your Cupid's bow. I've even heard that when I wear this gloss. And again, mainly in New York. I mean, sometimes here in Vegas, but whenever I wear this gloss in New York, bam, I get compliments on my lips all the time. I've even gotten the compliment, did you just get your lips done? Where do you get your lips done? Do you have filler? What's going on? Basically, I'm like, I do not have filler. I don't get my lips done. I'm just wearing the Chanel 804 Rouge Coco gloss. So I would have to say that this is my most complimented product, probably because it's the one that I've had the longest in my collection. This and the Jo Malone Grapefruit. These two, hands down, the most complimented. But yeah, I do love this gloss. It is absolutely gorgeous. It pairs beautifully with pretty much any kind of lip liner. Like you can go really dark and this will just kind of like fill in the rest. It's so good. This formula is so good. It's so comfortable. It's not sticky. The like slight milkiness that it gives is, oh, it's just perfect. It's perfection. So yeah, I'm not surprised. I get a lot of compliments on this, but yeah, I remember loving the lip gloss, which is why I purchased it. But like as soon as I put it on and I was getting compliment after compliment after compliment, I was like, whoa, I'm like, I feel like I hit the jackpot with this gloss. Well, that is it, guys. Those are my most complimented products in my wardrobe, both fashion and makeup and beauty. Let me know what some of your most complimented products are down below in the comment section. I definitely want to hear. And for all of you creators out there, all of you on YouTube, please do this video. I would love to see what you have to share. So give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Definitely head over to Risa's channel and check out her video. She's got some great products that I may need to pick up. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.